Hey everyone, it's me Doomlink and welcome back to Doomlink's Live Hunts. We are here in the 145th part of the series after having made an attempt to record For Ultimate again, and, you know, it was 45 minutes of me wasting my time, because there's like no one to play with. I had found a guy to play with and I was thinking, you know what, it's fine, better connectivity with 2 people as opposed to 3 or 4, so that would be great for the recording, and then even that one guy couldn't get his shit together, and we didn't end up hunting, so there you go. I sort of wasted my time for ages trying to get that to work, but whatever. I did more or less resolve not to record For Ultimate anymore, but that was more of a reaction to the misery that I had to endure last time I attempted to record that game, and I thought, no, I'll give it another try today. No, waste of my time. I wanted to play Freedom 1, but was unable to do so. In fact, both Ama-chan and myself were wanting to play Freedom 1, but there was no space for us to hunt, so we're having to settle for Portable Third, but so be it. I can live with that. I'm going to get my chat up, and in the meantime you can enjoy the cutscene, I suppose. But yeah, my hope is that we have a successful hunt here. There may very well be a Freedom 1 hunt later on in the day, we will see. It depends on who's playing, and depends on my willingness to allocate even more time to recording today, because do keep in mind that I allocated quite some time to ultimately achieve nothing in For Ultimate just before the recording of this, so yeah, what joy. I didn't end up bringing close range coatings because I couldn't be bothered. In terms of game volume, things should be fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Not too loud, but hopefully sufficiently audible. Oh, don't do that. I need to charge up to Pierce, thank you. You are really not very responsive, I must say. And you were flashed as a result. So, BLK is crouch firing normal shots again, which seems to be an effective way to kill this thing. It's always nice to see someone, well, a person effectively implementing a normal-based strategy, because so many people don't bother with normal shots, but they really are quite good as long as they are used correctly. It's all about accuracy, and it's all about ensuring that you've got, you know, normal up, and sharpshooter and all that business. There are a few prerequisites to dealing good damage with normal. More than Pierce, which is why more people use Pierce. I don't think this thing's going to last very long at all. Hello, Araxian. You may very well have noticed that I did send through a notification for Ultimate in my server, which would beg the question as to why I'm playing this game. Well, I'd like to think that the fact that I'm playing this game instead of For Ultimate really does speak for itself. And I'm really not sure if I'm going to waste my time with For Ultimate again. This thing is not going to last much longer. I can't believe that BLK is in the business of cheesing this monster to this degree, but fine. This is going to be one of the fastest fucking Amatsu Magatsuchi hunts ever recorded on YouTube. No. I don't think it'll be that... Oh, that thing tracked me. I don't know if you saw that. But yeah, this thing's not going to last much longer. It's always nice to shoot a bow that doesn't actually rely on power coatings to deal good damage, because you don't have to worry about running out of power coatings if you could never shoot any in the first place. Well, I guess it would be appropriate to say power-coated arrows. I don't shoot power coatings, technically, if we want to be pedantic about it. I'm surprised this thing's still bloody alive. It feels good to use bow again, though. I was stuck using the same damn weapons for so long. Got my damn earphones in the way. Which is becoming increasingly annoying, actually. Long story as to why I need to do that, but anyway. And by that I mean have an earphone in. As you can see, rather volatile lighting at the moment. It goes from very overcast to blindingly bright in a matter of seconds, and then it fluctuates between those two states of brightness and darkness. So, yeah, real fucking annoying for recording, as I'm sure you can imagine. But life goes on. And that is a sub-5 hunt, unsurprisingly. Nicely done. Poor final boss of this game. Quite a bit weaker than that of Elatrion in Tri, but it's not much of a surprise. This is a much easier game than Tri. It is a reflection of Portable Third being one of the easiest monster hunters you can possibly pick up. That's not a measure of its quality as a game, but it may very well be a measure of its accessibility. Nicely done, though. So we had... oh my god. Ama-chan, you are never hosting a fucking quest with me. Look at that. Holy shit. You can see exactly how a monster is going to look on your screen when hosted by the person based on how they move for you. And that amount of teleportation, this instant transmission business, is obviously indicative of a terrible host scenario with Ama-chan, so we're going to avoid that. Ama-chan is attempting to get friendship points, which may or may not be successful. That was such a quick hunt that it may not even register that we were hunting together, which is exactly what happened. And that was a successful venture right there. Let's see what our next hunt will be. One of the reasons why I do random hunts, of course, is not just because I would like someone else to select the hunt for me, other than making my own selection, but it's also a situation where I can actually be the host. I handle the random hunt, I handle the hosting of the quest. That ensures that you don't have to deal with weird, glitchy, and laggy hunts. I want to entirely avoid that, if I can, when recording. Even when I'm not recording, I want to avoid that, but especially when I'm recording, I don't need to deal with monsters lagging all over the place. Okay. So it's green Nagakuga and purple Ludroth. What I'm going to make sure first is that it's actually a regular hunt. And I think the fastest way to check that is by checking the hot spring quests first. Because if it's some high rank fucking hot spring or drink quest, I don't want to do it. That is a weird one. Green Nagakuga and Steel Urugan. That's a motley crew if I've ever seen one. Well, it's just very unusual. Okay, I think that is enough confirmation for me. The element of choice will of course be fire. And you know what, I will use bow again. I'm in a bow mood. Might use rapid bow. Rapid fire. Which I think is also load up with the Gigarclus, which is a fucking awful name. Actually, maybe not. Well, what am I doing? I've got spread anyway. So we want... well, apparently load up rapid is with the Selene Moonbroken. That is for the fire element, so very well. We shall do that. Of course, load up is a little bit slow if you're focused on the fourth charge of a bow for your maximum damage arrow. It's a bit low DPS there, but it's alright. Supposedly you're making up for it with good damage, so it should be fine. Where the hell is this thing? Where is this quest? I'm struggling to find it. It's Ludroth and Green Nagakuga. I think even Purple Ludroth and Green Nagakuga. Where is the damn thing? It should be here. Sometimes trying to find these quests is impossible. Or maybe it's this one. Let's just do this, fuck it. It's the same thing, effectively. I don't know who's going to end up hosting things. Okay, good. BLK, I'm happy to see that. This is probably not the exact quest that was selected by the random hunt theme, but this shouldn't cause anyone difficulty. It is the same elemental weakness and two of the same monsters, so I don't think anyone's going to be complaining about it. Drinking my drink. And I was pinged by, oh, someone in bot commands. Friendship points, great. I love being pinged in bot commands so that I can go and remove the ping by clicking the damn channel and then clicking back. It's my favourite thing to do in between hunts. Oh yes, I need to put this stuff away. I'm just glad to actually be getting something done after sitting there wasting my time in For Ultimate and not for the first time. I did want to do Freedom 1, but my second choice does suffice. I seem to recall the Celine Moonbroken not being able to shoot power coatings, but apparently it... Here we go again. Shoot power-coated arrows. But apparently, it can. Which... is nice to see, I guess. It's a very good bow, so if it's also getting increased damage from power coatings, then it's an exceedingly good bow, is what it is. I believe our fourth player, whom we are currently waiting for, I don't think they're actually communicating in the Discord chat, so it's hard to know if they're even coming back. We can assume that they are, but even if they're not, we can 3-man. I'll give them 2 minutes to return. So in other words, I'm not going to give them 2 minutes to return and then wait an additional 2 minutes for some person in the Discord chat to join and take the fourth slot. No, I don't think that's necessary. 3-manning would be perfectly appropriate. Again, BLK joined second, so he's going to be hosting the next monster. In other words, you know, there are always 2 monsters that are... well, a maximum of 2 monsters that are actually in the area at one time, and the second is always hosted by the blue player. If Armachan were to host one of the monsters, it would be a tragedy, because, as it appears, my connection to Armachan is really poor. I'd say that's about 1.5 minutes since I said that I would wait 2 minutes, so I think it is almost time for us to go. I almost feel bad. If we depart and he's actually just changing weapons and taking ages, then I will feel bad for departing without him, but how long are we expected to wait without knowing what he's doing, or even if he's coming back at all? Well, I'll give him another 60 seconds, and I'll write that in the chat. I can always get 7 in here. See, I can't ping this fucking guy because he's using custom characters. It is absolutely retarded. It's not helpful. It's stupid and counterproductive. This is assuming that the slot hasn't been taken. Which it has been, but not by a person that I would prioritize over someone who does communicate in the chat and asks for a spot. Let's see. Oh, apparently he just woke up, so Dieng can take the slot. That is assuming that he can even join the quest, which he can. He's using the absolute basic bitch loadout of Portable Third. That is an Elatrion weapon with full silver raffles. Could even be a cheater, to be honest. But we will just assume that he is not. We will give him the benefit of the doubt and just assume that he was carried into his current position. And, yeah, there you go. I feel the same way, Ghastly Tau. Ghastly Tau, that's your name, yeah. Okay. What are we starting with? Is it Ludroth? At least this is a game where I can check. Yeah, Royal Ludroth. In fact, it seems that 2 Arzuros will spawn at the same time. So I think it'll be just Royal Ludroth, then double Arzuros, followed by a single Green Nagakuga. I'll try to be sensible about my expenditure of power coatings here. Seems that Ludroth is actually starting yeah, Area 5. I was expecting to have to go to 9 or something. It's funny timing for a flashbomb. So yes, I do have to actually charge up to the 4th charge level, which is made a little easier by way of my focus skill, but still a little time consuming. Could you imagine without focus? Did I just see someone shooting fucking water shot on this monster? I hope not. No, it mustn't have been water shot. I didn't intend to do that. I thought I had seen water, but I guess it was the Ludroth breath. You're not going to last all that long. Oops. And he's dead. Just as I was thinking to switch to, well, not even switch to a different coating, but rather remove my power coatings. Mega potions? Yes. As far as where we can expect the Arzuros monsters to spawn, I think one would come here. I don't know. Where does an Arzuros spawn from? Do they dig out of the ground? Do they land down from somewhere? I can only assume that they would come out of here, but I don't think they fit, so maybe not. Where does an Arzuros spawn? I've never really thought about it. I guess I'll follow BLK and Dane. Dane? How am I supposed to say his name? It reminds me of Dane. I wouldn't deign to name myself with a name that... Let me rephrase that. I wouldn't deign to have a name that couldn't be pronounced. There you go. Where are you off to? Oh. Is he gonna jump out of the fucking water? What's going on? How can he spawn here? In fact, how could he spawn in Area 5? We're going to find out. Oh! Okay, well, they just appear out of nowhere, and they both appear in the same bloody area, apparently. Which is cause for concern. The magical bear. I suppose if a monster doesn't have a specific way in which they enter an area for spawning, they just appear out of nowhere. Which is fine. I'm going to fight the smaller one. He still managed to catch me. Stamina consumption is obviously a whole lot worse when you're relying on the 4th charge level of your bow every time. Which is why sometimes dash juice can help. But I don't have that at this stage. Not in my inventory. That one's already dead, okay. I don't know what Amachan thinks he's doing. He must not realise that both of them are here, that must be what it is. Which is pretty funny. Oh well, basically 3-manned that. Hopefully I have enough stamina to get this out. Just barely. I may as well heal myself up and carve a Mega Potion. And I do believe the Green Nagakuga spawns here as well. He should fly down. See, that's good enough. If a flying monster flies down, then that's a good enough spawn. As far as a bear just appearing somewhere, I don't know about that. I'm not sure if that's sufficiently immersive. Why over there? I'm pretty sure Green Nagakuga flies down about here, so... It's either here or here, roughly. Whereas over there, I think is as far away as possible from the spawn point, but I don't know, maybe this guy is more familiar with the Portable Third spawns than I am. Sometimes they do vary depending on the game. We're gonna find out. I think BLK is a little bit oh, turns out I'm fucking wrong. There you go. Spawn point is different here than I believe in 3 Ultimate. I'm always happy to be corrected. Oh yeah, I need to switch to power coatings. It's not entirely necessary, but I do have 23 of them, I may as well shoot them off. You're not going to last long yourself. Of course, he is one of 4 monsters, so his health is quite heavily reduced. I was hoping to be out of range of that. I was not. Stamina management is not all that easy. I don't have any stamina-specific skills with this set, and I don't have dash juice at the moment. Yeah, I'm so used to using this particular bow with spread. It feels strange using it with rapid. But again, this is a perfectly fine rapid bow, provided you have load up. I'd so much prefer the term capacity up in this game, or in any game really, if you think about it. It makes more sense to use the translation capacity up, which is what they used in 2nd generation, because that feels that it feels as if that's more appropriate for both bow and bowgun, whereas load up, that's more for bowguns only, and yet it's still called load up for bows. You know what I mean? It would make more sense to use a more generic term that could comfortably refer to both. But they decided to go with load up instead of capacity up. Whatever. Must have been some guy's bright idea to improve upon the translation of Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, for example, without actually considering how it would be applied in the game. Maybe the translation was made in Tri, where there was no bow, and then they just kept with the translation. Of course, this is fan translated, but it is worth mentioning that it's not called Capacity Up in 3 Ultimate either, which happens to be an official translation. You thought traps didn't work on Nagakuga? The only trap that doesn't work on Nagakuga is Pitfall, when he is not enraged. A non-enraged Nagakuga will resist pitfalls. Hello, Tech. Let's see what our next hunt shall be. I'm going to stop saying that. Not thank you. Random hunt. 2 Ludroth. This again. Very well. What would make this fun? Yeah, BLK's not happy about it. What do I never use? I'd have to find a fire weapon that I... Okay, let's go longsword. When was the last time you saw me use a longsword, right? Disgusting. Don't need high-grade earplugs, I'll bring... H sword. There you go. Can't even remember what the H is referring to. What would that be referring to? So this is sword. What is the H referring to? Whatever. I'm sure I'd be able to work it out if I allocated any amount of thought to it, but it's fine. Well, you know what I could do? I could use Tessaiga. That would be a fun thing to do, wouldn't it? Let's use Tessaiga. You know, it's the weapon that looks really small when sheathed, and then you unsheath it and it's this big thing. Supposedly from Inuyasha, although I never watched Inuyasha for a number of reasons. Primarily because the fan base was cringeworthy at the time, and second of all, there was a little bit too much obsession around it. Anything that people obsess over, in what I deem to be an unhealthy manner, is something to be avoided. Which is not necessarily fair, but yeah, that's how I felt about it. I think I can, yeah, I can honestly put an attack jewel in this thing. Let's do it. Alright. I might need a forge one. Fuck me. I've got one though. So, you don't have to fuck me after all, don't worry. That is not a requirement. So, we now have attack up large on this set. We could have actually gone for critical I+3 if we wanted, but it doesn't really matter. I suppose we could have done it if I didn't have an attack jewel 3 on hand. Well, this is an opportunity to use a weapon that I don't normally use, so I'm always happy to... Fuck off! Always have to... Who? Fuck off, Dean. I know you think that this is your little room to post whatever you want, but it's not. And you're gonna be shown that very clearly upon the posting of this quest, and if you don't want to do it, you can move on. At least he's polite enough to not expect that we do his quest. Maybe he posted it because he thought I wasn't coming back. I was admittedly taking a while, so maybe I won't have a go at him. Even Zenoga... Oh well, I guess that's true, yeah. You can shock trap a Zenoga, but only when he's unenraged. When he's enraged, he is totally resistant to shock traps and will destroy them when he touches them. For fairly good reason. Alright. I do still need to make a number of the event weapons in this game. I don't have all of them. Some of them are actually quite nice. But I think this one's pretty cool. A little bit of trivia for those who are tri-players. This was actually Tenebra. But this is the Japanese version of Tenebra. In terms of which one's cooler, I'd say probably Tenebra. But it's always nice to use this as well. Because I remember seeing the Japanese DLC weapons at the time. Or event weapons, I prefer to say. And I really wished that I could have them. But I couldn't. But then when Portable Third came out, I could have them, so I was quite happy. I could finally have the Pirate J stuff and all of that. Because Pirate J was in Tri as well. Look at the size of it! This giant sword has been unleashed. Oh, and there goes Armachan. Unsurprisingly, his connectivity is so poor. He's glitching ridiculously. I don't know if 2 flash bombs were necessary. I would even go so far as to say that 1 was unnecessary, but fine. Using this longsword as if I'm playing 2nd gen. I do love the look of this longsword though. It almost feels nice to use longsword in this game. I can't remember the last time I did it. I bet I haven't even done it on camera in months. And if I have, it would have been like once. Yeah, it is a huge weapon when unsheathed. Which is kind of the fun part. That's the fun aspect of this weapon. That's why it's an event weapon. It's because it has that interesting design. May as well do a full combo, eh? Finishing with a proper Spirit Slash, though, as opposed to a Fate Slash, and he's dead. I'll actually get my charge up on him. There we go. How does it fit in there? Well, let's not question these things. I don't know, I'm not sure if it's actually You know what it could be? Look, I don't know anything about the actual sword because I never watched Inuyasha, but I'm guessing it didn't have a sheath in Inuyasha. But they didn't want to have a non-sheathable longsword, so they just gave it a weird scabbard. I don't know. I'm actually having a bit of fun with longsword. I might use more of it. Got a trap down. Which he's not going to get into anytime soon. By the looks of it. He might even die before he can. I think I'll be doing a bit of longsword and sword and shield in this recording. And I think it might be trap time. No, he's just going to narrowly miss it. Okay. Is it trap time? Yes, it is. Thank you. Very heavy damage combo. He managed to catch me with that. I do love the sound that Tsaga makes as you swing it. It's got a very clean sound to it. I don't know if you can hear it in amongst all the other sounds, but it's just got that clean slashing sound effect, I don't know. Armachan says that he may have to go because he has potato Wi-Fi. He wouldn't be the only one in Hunsterverse, that's for sure. But that is precisely why I didn't want him to host anything. I can let you listen to the sound of the sword. I just enjoy it. Guess I'll gather some botanicals. Which I don't normally do. Oh. That's not a gathering node. I can't even remember all the longswords that I use in this game, so fire would probably be Silver Rathalos. Water would be... God knows. Possibly Amatsu Magatsuchi? Thunder is definitely Zenoga. Dragon is Elatrion. Goebel's not in the game, so I wouldn't have that for paralysis. I don't know. Don't know if I have a poison longsword or not. It is... oh no, not this again. Well, admittedly I do need a... whatever you call it. Majestic Horn. So maybe I should welcome this quest in the roulette. I was saying yesterday that I wanted it to reappear, so here it is. Let's get ourselves a Majestic Horn. What can I use to break these horns easier? Shall I just do the same thing that I did before and use heavy normal? I guess I can. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, goodness me. It's a bit disruptive, isn't it? Okay. I will let everyone know that I'd like to aim for the horns before we depart. BLK is in BRB mode. That other guy may or may not return, and Armachan, I believe, has decided to stop hunting. So I'm going to have to reform this group, if I can. Sharpshooter, there we go, that's what we want. Now let's just hope that we get it, there's no guarantee that I will. Oh, there is now. Thank you. My character is very excited. That turned out perfectly. Okay. Well, apparently even if it turns out perfectly, you don't get every single skill listed, so what the fuck does that even mean? It turned out perfectly. Well, if it had done, then I would have gotten all of the skills, wouldn't I? Looks like Diane has come back. Very well. I do need to at least purchase or plant more needleberries at some point. One day I will remember to do it. One day. But for the moment, I guess I'm just going to have to settle for what I still have in my inventory, which is like 30-something. 34. Okay. Patience is the key. Quite frankly. Looks like we've got our fourth person. It's a person who is wanting to do HR6 key quests. So that person probably is Hunter Rank 6 and is working towards Amatsuma Gatsuchi. That's my guess. So, yeah. He's happy to do random high rank quests. That is him. He is named the best. Whether or not he is the best, I couldn't say. I've been told to wait by BLK. I think I'm capable of doing that. And I would furthermore say that that's what I was expecting to need to do. The best, despite having been in a room which was doing HR6 key quests, already has an Amatsu weapon, so he's obviously joined an Amatsu quest before. Pretty good set. Obviously attack up large is appropriate as well, because that is going to increase his elemental damage indirectly. Maybe even directly. I say indirectly because, you know, technically that's increasing your raw as opposed to your element, but your elemental shot scale of your raw, so that's how that works. Alright, I'll let the team know that I want to break the horns. Just letting them know what I want to do. BLK is bringing ice. It's always good to see a fellow elemental bowgunner. I haven't been doing it as much these days, but I do love elemental bowgun, particularly light bowgun. Well, I guess I was doing a lot of elemental heavy bowgun in the previous recordings, but yeah, I guess I was really referring to light bowgun. I should have enough normal shots, hopefully. I don't think that there is any risk of us not breaking the horns. I think that will be pretty easy to do. I just wanted to make sure that everyone realizes that that's my priority. I wouldn't want too much damage being dealt to the monsters that would cause them to die before the horns were broken. In other words, damage directed elsewhere. I didn't do a load out of an unsheath because I'm sadly used to first generation where you can't do that. Okay. I actually could have made use of my bowgun shield there. I decided to be lazy. Of course, aiming for the tail is generally pretty good for Diablos. Apparently we're going 2 on 2. Very well. Well, splitting into 2 groups. More like 2 on 1. I need to aim for this face because I don't think the best, despite being the best supposedly, is going to be aiming for this face, so I have to do it. Fuck me, sideways. See, the thing is, like, when I'm aiming for these horns, I'm not doing maximum damage, so I'm sort of compromising on my damage output to break the horns. But I'm one of 2 damage dealers, so I don't like that. Oh, he's aiming for the face. Thank you, the best. You happen to be in the running for best. After having done that. Of course, BLK unreservedly placing a trap for the benefit of 2 out of 4 people. But I guess we are in separate groups here, so fine. You will notice that I always... Oh, what is wrong with you? Fucking hell. Immediately coming back up. And shitting on me. Yeah, you will notice that I'm always forgetting to bring sonic bombs for Diablo's hunts. I don't know why. One day I'll fucking get a grip and remember to do it, but... Yeah, by the time I've loaded this, I'll barely have any time to shoot him. Take my opportunity as it comes, but I'm concerned about dealing too much damage to parts of the body that are not the face. Unfortunately, the range of those horns can be problematic. Oh, fuck. Again, no sonic bombs, so... I can only blame myself there. Good flinch, but he's currently enraged, so I'm not going to have too many head opportunities unless I want to put myself at risk. Hopefully the horn breaking is going a little better in the other hunt. See, by the time I get into position... Oh, shit. This would be so much easier to break the horns if we just hunted as a full group. Everyone has their preference, but I always hate splitting up into 2 groups. It's not how I want to hunt. If I wanted to hunt with 2 people, I'd hunt with 2 people, wouldn't I? Not 4. Now I can aim for things that are at least more damaging than the face. Tail swing, thank you. I'm sure the tail tip is better than the full tail for shots, but I think the overall tail is fine. Oh, don't fucking sail above and beneath the damn tail. I guess the other one has been captured. I can only hope that it has been captured with both horns broken. But I guess BLK was aiming for it. I did mention that, and he's in the chat, so... yeah, that should be done. This is going to be a great tail tip opportunity. Possibly better for Element than it is for Raw, I don't remember, but... oh, damn it, already fucking flinched. No opportunity for me. There we go. So, once again, I only need one more Majestic Horn before getting the Diablo's Heavy Bowgun. That is going to be used in conjunction with a Crouch Pierce Armor set, which I very well could build Right here while live. I might actually make an attempt to organise that now. Get the old Athena's posterior. Athena's arse, portable third, wherever you may be. There you are. Seems that the last one I made was a pellet set. Take you back to a blank slate. You're not going to see any of this because I couldn't be bothered sharing it, but... So for Crouch Pierce, I definitely want to be focusing on damage, so we'll go attack up large, critical eye +3. What else would be good? I guess weakness exploit, maybe? I don't like that as much for Pierce, but I'm going to go with full damage skills. Sadly, there is no challenger in this game that was first introduced in 3 Ultimate. Maybe peak performance could be good. Is there peak performance? Don't remember. One of the problems with Athena's arse... No Majestic Horn. I've got a fucking Black Curl Horn, which I don't need. I don't need those. Incidentally. Well, here I was getting all excited that I would pick up a Majestic Horn and didn't end up getting one, so... Great. Our next hunt is... 2 Baroth. Okay. Well, I'll hold off on making that set after all. I really was hoping for a Majestic Horn there, and it just didn't happen. Much to my chagrin. So 2 Baroth, I'll bring a Sword and Shield. That will be this one. I actually have an armor set just for the Divine Exodus, just to give it more damage, you know. Here I am looking for my fire weapon. Where's my fire sword and shield? You've got it equipped, Doomlink. Nice one. Nice one. Two barrels should be here. Yes. Again, I don't want to have to split up into 2 groups, but if it has to be done, then so be it. Oh dear. What does 1 free mean? See that at the top? 1 free. Well, I can't drink twice, so... Maybe this didn't actually cost me anything, even though it said it did. Okay. My character is very excited, again. I got Slider and Fighter, yeah. I have noticed no real difference from the norm, despite the fact that my character is jumping for joy. Whatever. Apparently we have a feline named Dragon Killer. And purple. Right. Those are 2 ends of a spectrum, I feel. Dragon Killer. And purple. And incidentally, the one that is named purple is purple. In case anyone needed that confirmation. Beginning quest. Whenever you're ready. Don't know why I'm so damn sleepy. What's going on with me? Don't tell me someone disconnected. That's definitely what's going on. Who was it? Maybe it was the guy with Dragon Killer. The guy with a name that I can't pronounce. Dayan. Maybe it's Dayan. Okay. So it's just the best and myself, which means that we are going to have to try again. Okay. It's alright, all I have to do is sit in the water again. I think what happened was that Dayan and BLK didn't connect to one another properly before the departure. So that happened. And after that supposedly perfect drink, I didn't even get to use it in a hunt. The irony, of course, being that it actually didn't seem to be any different from the norm. Okay. If I get heroics, then so be it. Oh my god, it happened again! Yay. What did I get? All skills, oh my god. Doomlink's got heroics with sword and shield. Did I just abandon a quest and then drink again and get a drink ticket? I think I did. That's another way to do it. You didn't necessarily have to complete quests to grind drink tickets if you were so inclined. And I was one of those guys who actually specifically grinded for drink tickets because I wanted the bamboo gun lance sooner than I probably should have gotten it. Because, you know, it's something that you're given if you've hunted so much that you have picked up all these drink tickets along the way, and then, yeah. Oh, it's faster to go this way, isn't it? At least I think so. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. But I'm going this way anyway. I'm happy to see that we are all congregating in Area 3. Instead of just splitting off into two groups. Because I don't like that, as I have mentioned. Oh yeah, that's right. No high-grade plugs here. Not on this set. I do miss that jump forward terribly in 4th gen. It's so good for positioning. Just feels better. I'll tell you what though, this Baroth doesn't want to stay still. Even with this high mobility weapon, I feel like I'm having to constantly stop and catch up with him. I shouldn't have rolled into his attack. I obviously didn't intend to do that. Is that fucking ice shot? Why? Whatever. Maybe it's consistent damage. Instead of only being effective under certain circumstances. I have speed sharpening, so I may as well. And I'll pick up some Baroth stuff along the way. As you do in a Baroth quest. So the second Baroth should have started in Area 8, and has likely moved to Area 4 in this time. If not, then we can engage him in the hot area if necessary. Which looks like... oh, maybe he's... where has he gone? He's in Area 2. Now, they're going to assume that I'm directing them to Area 3, not necessarily. Looks like BLK has also worked out where he is, but... Or perhaps BLK doesn't trust that I have Psycho Serums. Of course I've got bloody Psycho Serums, otherwise I wouldn't be pinging like that. I'll just get out of the way of this. Oh, goodness sake. Dane can just... Oh no, he's turning on the spot, which I'm happy to see. He's not just going to stand around hoping for someone to hit. Like some people do around here. Well, we do have a shock trap down. I don't know if that was my fault or his fault for shooting right there. Well, I guess it was more like my fault for lining up with him. As you can see, Diane is perfectly content to just use the same weapon. It's probably the best weapon he's got. But fine. Trying to roll through that, but I didn't have the space to, obviously. I was between a wall and a Baroth. So that was a foregone conclusion. I believe when the monster starts digging, they are given a health threshold that cannot be broken. It's not until they are out of that digging process that they can actually die. So if you're wondering if you can kill a partially submerged, I guess is the word. More like embedded, I don't know. Whatever the land version of that would be. You can't. I guess entrenched could be the word. No, don't like that either. I'm sure there is a word, but I'm just not thinking of it. Anyway, that's 2 Baroth dead. And BLK is seemingly a pretty reliable host. Which is always good. I'm happy to be building on this character. It's not as well built as, for example, my 3 Ultimate character, but I'm happy to make strides to achieve that. I'll probably never catch up to my 3 Ultimate character with this one, but still. Look at the size of this Mahabra, oh my god. Get out of here. I'm happy to see that, but I don't think I'll be able to carve it in time. Oh, almost. Almost. But as you can tell, there are still armor sets for me to make in this game. Probably not too many. But yeah, one of them would be a Crouch Fire Heavy Pierce set. The time will come eventually. I just need to get the bowgun first, I suppose. I don't have to, but feels like the best thing to do. Until I have the bowgun, the set is of no use. Fucking bullshit. This random hunts thing is so crap. It's actually really good in Freedom Unite. Not here. Not at all. See, now this is a good choice. I want more of this sort of thing, please. Oh, I received a guild card from the best. I consider myself to be quite honoured. Give. The best has received my guild card. For he is the best. Well, I don't know what I was suggesting there. The fact that he received my guild card is indicative of the fact that he's the best. It's a little bit, self-absorbed. What is this? Some sort of alternative to my gun lance set, I guess. What? Oh, it's a sharpness +1 version of it. Which is perfectly appropriate because, obviously, sharpness skills are very helpful with gun lance, so... I'd forgotten that I'd made this. Why haven't I properly organised this? Maybe I did organise it properly one day, and then I just didn't end up saving after doing it, so it's still sitting here in set 18, unedited. Because what I would have done is renamed it and then moved it under this. That's what would have happened. And it makes sense for Bamboo to be above status here, so... yeah. Whatever. Whatever, mate. What am I doing? We are fighting the Tigrex monsters, so thunder would be the appropriate element. I could always bring a status setup. How about we do that? That could be fun. Seeing as though I was hovering over it before. So we've got the Shadowbinder, which is obviously the Paralysis Longsword. Did require Gobel materials in Tri, but obviously that's not possible here. What other paralysis weapons do I have? Don't think I've really got any. No. No, this is perfectly appropriate. We'll go with this. I was wanting to use more longsword anyway, as I mentioned before. So this works well. I believe BLK is going hammer, so I'm going to have to resist the temptation to attack the head. But of course, if someone's running hammer, then nothing can complement it quite as well as a paralysis loadout. Hammer plus paralysis will result in certain success. I'm happy to take just Defender High. Out of all those skills, that was the one that I wanted the most. You can tell that the fixed skill is the first one that appears, which is Attack Up Large. And then the rest are sort of randomized. Which is fine. Let's go. I didn't completely inspect my armor skills, but I'll have a look once we're in the hunt. Hold on, who's blue player? It better be BLK. If it's someone else, I'll be pissed. Okay, it is. I'm happy to see that. What are my skills? Sharpness +1, Status Attack +2, Critical Eye +1, and Speed Sharpening. A perfectly appropriate set. Something that I made so long ago that I have no recollection of having made it, but it has been made. And it shall be used. Where is BLK? Let's all coalesce in the same location, please. Why are you dropping a pitfall just so that you can benefit from it? What are you doing with yourself? And you've even allowed yourself to be hit in having placed that. I mean, sometimes you do some wacky fucking stuff. Apparently he's not using hammers, so there you go. He said hammer, but didn't end up actually choosing it. Oh, could they not? Listen, I am not bringing paralysis for one person to reap the benefits of it. I'm pinging for them to come here. I'm not using paralysis for one fucking guy. Like, okay, if I were two-manning with a person, like if I had joined the quest with one other guy, I would not have brought fucking paralysis, okay? I'm not here. I'm not playing support for one fucking guy. Like, I would not be bringing Hunting Horn for that purpose either, so why are they trivializing my choice? Why are they completely invalidating it, rather? Fucking Christ, I hate some people. I mean, it's not their fault, but they obviously haven't worked out why I've chosen paralysis. I can tell you it's not for the benefit of one fucking guy. because I could have just gone damage, which would have been better. You have to determine what's better for the team. Giving the team the opportunity to deal good damage, or dealing good damage yourself. In this scenario, dealing good damage myself would be far better. Now, I'm not saying this is a really weak weapon, but it's nowhere near as good as what it could be. I could be using something, first and foremost, elementally appropriate, and second of all, probably something that's dealing more raw damage than this. Fucking hell. I'm just frustrated by that sort of thing. I'm not going to sit here and ping all day for them to come, so we'll just have to settle for this. It's just inefficient. And then the icing on the shit cake is that he's using an Elatrion weapon against a monster that's not weak to dragon. Because he's seemingly too lazy to make other greatswords. Whatever. You can tell that BLK is hosting this one, but it's still fine. Wasn't able to actually evade that in time. Still pretty frustrated by how this has turned out. I would have much rather, you know, something like a Thunder Longsword. Trying to line up for the face here, which didn't really work. I'm not even getting to fight the one that I'm hosting, for God's sake. It's always good to see a Delix go flying as a result of that. Has regular Tigrex flown here? Or has the best decided to actually fight our one? Probably not, right? Oh no, looks like they're wanting to come and fight this one for some fucking reason. Why did you bother then? Why did you waste the time fighting that one? And, well, my hope is that I can get the next paralysis soon. Don't know what Dane's doing, but... oh, don't you fucking fly away now. Be paralyzed, you fucker. Well, maybe they killed the other one. Yeah, I hadn't even considered that. Come to think of it. Alrighty. Oh well. Not my favourite way to use a paralysis weapon, but fine. Sometimes you gotta live with these things. I'll head on over to where the other one is presumably dead. Well, I don't suggest that the monster could be alive, I'm just suggesting that it could be somewhere else. Oh, he was captured. Okay. Very well. Ooh. I might bring longsword again. I have periods of time when I haven't used longsword for ages, and then I use it again and I realise, oh, this is actually a fun weapon type, and then I use it for a number of hunts. I seem to remember that happening not too long ago in Generations Ultimate. I suppose it was a while ago, probably a number of months, but yeah, I do recall that. Because I do take extended breaks from using longsword. It's not one of my favourite weapon types, but it is fun to use. I certainly wouldn't recommend a person to only use longsword. It's a bit of a mindless way to play the game, but it is fun. You know, provided you're not overusing it. I'm sure there is strategy involved, it's just not a very elaborate one. Three consecutive Nagakuga. No. Well, I'll check. I'm not going to assume that it's high rank or low rank. I will actually confirm for myself. This is a pretty good quest for Nagakuga Marrow, but I'll see if I can... See, it's fucking... This is... No, not even that. It's all HR3. Okay. Zenoga. Okay. Very well. What do you mean, high rank? I'm not saying he's wrong, I just need to establish this. Oh. Oh, I didn't realize. There you go. Turns out that there is a low-rank drink quest with 3 consecutive Nagakuga, and also a standard high-rank quest for it. What am I doing with myself? Are we doing longsword again? Yeah, let's do it. I want thunder. Supreme King Sword. This is another cool event weapon, look at that. I like it. But, no, it's not appropriate for this quest, sadly. I'll bring Despot's Bolt Breaker. I don't have this quest, says the best. I don't know if I have it either. I remember looking for it in the past and I couldn't find the damn thing, so... Whoops, didn't mean to do that. No, I do seem to recall looking for it myself and not being able to find it, so... Let's check. Maybe it has a specific unlock condition. Oh no, that's it. There you go. I don't know, I just remember finding it, or trying to find it in the past, and being unable to find it outside of the drink quest list. I don't know, maybe I was blind. Certainly a probability. As opposed to a possibility. Yeah, kickboxer. Fully sick, bro. As they say, nowhere, because I don't think people say that anymore. Thank God! I'm glad it's finally gone out of fashion. Wait for it to return in 15, 20 years. People are going around in bell-bottoms and corduroy pants and fucking whatever else. So I'm sure fully sick, bro, will return. Along with terms like totally tubular and whatever else. Hate when I have this weird thing where sometimes my eyelid twitches. I don't know if you guys have ever had that. But, oh, it's kind of happening to me right now. Don't know what causes it. This is why I have high-grade earplugs. I do love the visual appearance of the Zinogre longsword when unsheathed. It's when it's sheathed where I find it to be a bit ugly. Unsheathed is pretty cool. It's actually got that electric aura around it. Look at it. Isn't that fucking cool? It's more noticeable in this game because of how vibrant the game is. You don't really notice as much in the other games. And on top of that, you don't really want to use this longsword in 3 Ultimate in the end game anyway. You'd be better off, obviously, using the Abyssal Lakia Crew's longsword. If you could fucking get in range, that'd be great. I mean, really, I shouldn't be asking him to get in range. I should be taking responsibility for my own hunting strategy and closing the distance myself. That would make a whole lot more sense, wouldn't it? Now that probably would have hit me if this were Freedom Unite, because he's got an incredible range with that tail swing in that game. I don't know what they were thinking. Not only is it far-reaching, but it actually goes right in front of his face and then even further to his left. So because it is 3 consecutive Nagakuga, this one will be limping, and it will hopefully not survive this location, or this area, because if it does, I'll be pretty unimpressed. I will get my charge up a little more, for good reason. I don't have any sharpening skills here, but I do have sharpness skills. It's a good way to demonstrate the weapon there. And again, this is the quest that you do for Nagakuga Marrow. Marrow is very annoying to get in this game. It's not super difficult, it's just sometimes you need a lot of it. And it's not something that you are guaranteed to get. So, I think I can hear... Oh, there are cicadas outside, but not too many of them. Not so many that it would be necessary for me to have subtractive EQ to cut it out. It might be a very slight sound, but I don't think it would be all that noticeable, even if there were one. There is a trap down, most likely where the next monster will spawn. I think BLK is fixing to shell me. Or maybe not. Good trap positioning. Right in the trap. I may as well aim for the tail. Do I? I think I have Part Breaker with this set, so... If I choose to aim for the tail, I don't think it'll last all that long. I could have actually continued that combo. I do have Part Breaker. It's a bit of a Nagakuga day. Ow. And there goes Diane and BLK and the best. Did I disconnect? No. Well, obviously I disconnected, but I was wondering if the stream had gone down. It actually didn't, so I guess I'll be soloing this one. That should be fine. It's only one of 3. Don't like having to solo monsters, but that's fine. Solo is a very different experience in Monster Hunter, I think you'll find. You guys don't really have many opportunities to see me solo a monster. It's such a different experience, and the way you interact with monsters is quite different. It can actually be beneficial to solo, for the reason that the monster is more predictable. You know exactly where it's going to attack because you are the only target. And you can develop a lot of strategies for that. I was wanting to Phase Slash out of the way while hitting the face, but timing wasn't quite on my side. Could have Sonic Bombed that, but I don't want an enraged fucking Nagakuga anyway. Of course, there is absolutely no reliance upon lag compensation in solo. And I think if you're the host, you can't really expect to deal with that anyway. Or expect to have that as an opportunity to actually deal damage to the monster despite missing it. There goes the tail. I was actually banking on that to keep him in the area just for a little bit longer. Please die. Bastard creature. Fine. Okay. As far as the fastest route to take, it's probably the southern one, but I'm taking the northern one. It may not even... yeah, maybe the northern one is better. Ow. He will not last too much longer. Of course, the Zenoke weapons are very strong in this game. What? I thought that was the third. Okay. Don't know what's going on with me. I really did think that that was the third one. It really is not. It turned out that it was not the final track of Messiah Force's 1987 album, called The Last Day. So, we shall make our way to the spawn point. Hopefully they're willing to wait for my ass. If they're not, then very well. It's just I felt like it would be a bit of a waste to just abandon and then sit there waiting for them. Well, I probably would have done it had I known it was the second one, but... how did I skip one in my head? I don't know. Probably shouldn't waste my sharpness on these guys. I think I'm a bit off target, but... I need all the damage I can get at this stage. Get over here, you fucker. That should be in range anyway. Cool. And then you get in the trap, please. Any loud sound will trigger his rage. Don't do this. You fuck. Get in it. I want to be aiming for your face, not your body. I should just be trying to get to red, not prolonging that combo. Oh, I was hoping for a raw. Good. I was hoping for that. You see, that I can't roll that one because that's a prolonged hitbox. I'll give them the next quest. See, random hunt. Fuck. Obviously that sort of multitasking is never going to result in successful hunting. Not in that position. Yeah, not with that timing. That can... Oh, that should have worked, but it... Ugh, whatever. I don't even know what was chosen, but seems to have been a DLC quest that was chosen. Now, fuck right off, you mother of a fuck. Shouldn't even bother trying to evade that. My frustration is leading to poor play. Get off me. I shouldn't have soloed this, what a waste of time. The reason why I soloed it was because I thought we were on the third one. No. I don't know, I'm not here to do solo quests, and I don't enjoy solo Monster Hunter as much. Some people do, I don't. Roaring, are you? No. I was hoping. The reason why I roll early there is because I don't want to lose my opportunity to do so. Which does happen if you stand still for too long. I do. Well, fucking hell. I can't prolong the combo if you're not in range, can I? You fucker. That was a very vague Tommy Wiseau reference. Vague in that it wasn't really a proper reference. Can you fuck off now? Get out of here. Die, or something. Do us a fucking oh yeah, alright. Apparently your attack can last that long, and move that far. I hate you. In case you wanted to know, Nagakuga, you're a fucking irritant. That's what you are. No. See, one of the issues with solo is that healing becomes a whole lot more annoying because you are the only target. I'll just go in and fucking attack. I'm losing my damn charge. Yeah, okay. Gonna combo me? You sure fucking are. You sure fucking are. That's what happens when Doomlink's too lazy to fucking heal. I hate soloing in Monster Hunter. Oh, I've now been pinged in fucking 4 Ultimate, huh? Yeah. Am I still on? Suck me off. That's what you can do. Keep me waiting for that long, and then you've got the fucking temerity to ask if I'm still playing, like, 2 hours later. Yeah, right. As if. Okay, what I will do is I will actually abandon, which is stupid. The reason why I'm abandoning is because these people are waiting for me, and I don't want to have to chase after the Nagakuga, get him to limp, and then have to chase after him again. It's just going to take too much time. So I'm going to abandon and then see what's on the board. I don't even know what it is. Let's find out. Green Nagakuga and Steel Urugan, supposedly. It's a drink quest. Is it high rank or low rank? It is being hosted by the best. So, not your average what? Not your average monsters. It is actually, shockingly, high rank. Thank God for that. And it's in the arena. I don't even remember what the monsters are. Steel Urugan and something. Steel Urugan and Green Nagakuga. More Nagakuga. I'll bring Bamboo, and I will also bring smoke bombs. I don't know how the best is as a host. Maybe he is the best host. It's hard to know. We shall find out. I'm not going to be hosting any of this, by the way. I don't know who the second... You know what? Red player is the best, blue player is Dane. Holy fuck. Let's see how things go. If it's going to be a laggy mess, you'll know precisely why I try to host everything when recording. How long have I been live for? An hour and 30 minutes. I'll keep this one to 2 hours then. Feels like it's been 2 hours after that fucking adventure. I was supposed to bring smoke bombs, but didn't. It's always dangerous to do that. I don't fucking have smoke bombs. How do I combine them again? I don't remember how to make a smoke bomb. Combo list. It is bomb casing and ivy, okay. How much ivy do I have? Plenty. Is the answer? Plenty. Not going to sit here combining all day at the expense of their time, so I will combine that much, and now I've got 10, and we can hopefully use that to some degree of effect. Oh dear. We're not going to pay any attention to the box. I'm going to select smoke bombs as quickly as possible. Come on. If we have a fucking connection issue again... Who has the time for this? Certainly not me. I don't have time for this. Who disconnected? What I love is that it actually has to sit here on the beginning quest screen for like a minute before it finally says, oh, by the way, there's beta disconnect. Who fucking broke off? Just Dane? Are we returning for the fucking guy? Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't have time to return for one guy. Oh, are you telling me it's one at a time here? That's a bit strange, isn't it? Now the question becomes, is... Oh, BLK is blue player. The question becomes, of course... does the Steel Uragan spawn on a timer? Because I don't know. I'm just gonna hope that he doesn't. I don't know if that would have even made contact. I've got no idea. That's something that you could never know. Unless it actually affected the monster in some way. See this laggy fucking shit? This is what I'm trying to avoid by hosting. Yeah. Sorry, BLK. I'll call him Bulk. How about Bulk? That's a nice name. Maybe Bulk. Call him Bulk. See, this monster can't even stay still. The connection's so bad. I mean, I have admittedly seen much worse than this. I am being a bit dramatic, but still. So if you change the timing of the shot, you can actually shoot slightly up as well. Holy shit. And that even KO'd me. I think this set has guard up and guard +1, as I recall. If you could maybe stay in one fucking place, that'd be amazing. I'd be so enthralled by that. I'll save my Wyvern Fire for the trap. Or you can do that, which is fine too, honestly. Ow. You're slipping around like you're on ice. Okay. I don't think Steel Uragan's on a timer, it's one at a time in the arena. It really does go to show how easy Portable Third is, that they would actually decide to have 2 monsters in the arena but one at a time. It's really weird. I don't think that appears anywhere in Trial Portable Third. Excuse me, Trial 3 Ultimate. It obviously appears in Portable Third, that's what we're doing right now. It's interesting how here they don't even show the Dragon Eaters. But in 3 Ultimate they kept them there, but decided to not have them be usable. So it really was only Trial where you could use the Dragon Eaters in the arenas. I don't know why. I understand if in certain quests it would be unnecessary, therefore you make them inaccessible, but why remove them entirely? What's that about? What if I want them for Rage Match? In fact, that's usually the quest that I used it for. That was usually the quest that I used it for in Trial. I can't remember which other ones allowed for it. Maybe Lord of the Sea and Sky allowed you to do it? Which I recall... well, it was one of the rotating event quests of Monster Hunter Trial. I've got a fucking basket as a shield. Okay, I only have Guard Boost actually for Guard skills with this set. If you could get in this trap, that'd be super helpful. Now, I'm not actually stupid, I did attempt to dive that, it's just for some reason the game didn't accept my input. Shut up. I feel like I've spent a whole lot more time than, you know, whatever it is now, an hour and 40 minutes in this recording, because I did spend 45 minutes sitting in 4 Ultimate, waiting to hunt with one guy. One guy. For fuck's sake. I can think of better ways to spend my weekend. Incidentally. Why is BLK's host so bad now? Oh, I know what it is. It's because it's one at a time. Precisely because it's one at a time. Oh, for the love of fucking God, what a waste of my day! Well, maybe it's not an entire waste of my day to have to abandon 2 hunts in a row, but oh my God, fucking hell. The things I have to put up with. If only you people knew. I mean, you sort of know, but you don't really. You're just sitting here for entertainment purposes. This is not entertaining for me, I can fucking assure you. Wasting my time. A completed hunt at least has contributed something to my character's progression. That did nothing. That was just fucking pissing in the wind is what that was. For fuck's sake. And that guy's host was abysmal. Still not the worst I've seen, but definitely something to avoid. We are 1 hour and 40 minutes in, almost. Probably got time for 2 more hunts. I'm going to check to see what our next hunt shall be. It shall be Ukanlos, which could be good fun. Keyword being could. Okay. What would be good to use? Maybe I'll use this. Sure. In fact, in the time that I have available, I think I will select a name here. Don't do that for fuck's sake. Don't. Just need to remember English, and then it's staff. No, it's select to... I'm gonna scream in a second. What's really fucking insane and annoying is that your select buttons change in that specific screen. Like, you make your selections with X, right? But obviously in the game you make your selections with circle, so it just boggles my mind. Okay. Select. Thank you. And then... SGL? I don't know. Sharpness gun lances. What it means, but... yeah. Now to moveset. I'll move it beneath you, and then you will go up one. In fact, you will go here, because those are all gun lance sets. I do have a gun lance set specific to Ishtar, which is a great gun lance. Okay. Equip set. Sharpness +1 gun lance. Probably can fit S +1 GL, actually. Which I will update when I feel like it. What are we hunting again? Ukanlo, so... Aknaktor, is that right? Fucking hell. I could use Shining Ishtar if I wanted, but I do feel like dealing elemental damage, so we'll settle for this. I just don't really feel like using Aknaktor, but that's fine. Partially because I do use the same gun lance in 3 Ultimate. Don't know if that guy's moved on now, it's hard to know. It's always nice to have the lovely lady going, hi! Yeah, hello. I'll put these smoke bombs away. And now we wait. Oh, in the meantime, I suppose I can engage with the chat or something. Oh, BLK's here. Never mind. Oh, he was here. Very briefly. Very briefly. I'm definitely going to need to get some food after this. Oh. My arm, at the very least, is phasing out of existence. Did you ever want to see through my arm? Yeah, well, there you go. You've had your chance. Apparently my room is cursed. And BLK got a disconnect. And he is now going to restart the game and the VPN. Very well. Whatever makes it easier for you. Shouldn't really be necessary, but alright. Remember when I used to have viewers? Oh, actually I've got 7 people watching. Thanks. It's just none of you are talking, so I generally don't look at the number of people watching, but... yeah. The best has returned. I don't know if that 4th guy is going to come back, whatever his name was. Dane or whatever. I don't know if he will come back. But... no, that's fine, Araxian, I don't mind. Silence is fine, I'm perfectly capable of entertaining myself. But I do usually use chat activity as a measure of how many viewers there are. I suppose I'll say that there is another slot available. I do partially feel for the guy, because he did disconnect and we didn't return for him, but he's not someone that I'm communicating with, he's just a random person. So, there you go. What's this artwork like? Oh, that looks like shit. Wow, that's terrible. Okay, never mind. Like, in this really small format, it looks kind of fine, and then you see this and you're like, oh, and then you do this and it's like, oh, awful. In fact, was I even showing that when I was looking at that? I don't know. At this stage, I don't even know. Well, I think we'll just depart with 3, honestly. But do you really want to use a hunting horn with 3 people? Although I suppose I am asking this of a person who is perfectly content to drop a trap down for his benefit and no one else's. So, yeah, I don't think he minds going support for 3 people, including himself. We'll skip this. I do love this location in Portable Third. Look at the colours, just fucking beautiful, honestly. Look at that. Oh. That really does show you how colourful this game is. I'm sure it's very colourful in Generations Ultimate as well, and 4 Ultimate, but you just notice it a whole lot more here. One could probably argue that he looks a bit too blue here, but I don't know. I think it looks great. Ow, can't believe that tail still got me. I probably should save my shots for when I'm doing the heavy shot at the end of the combo. This one. And I do need to do my Wyvern Fire, actually. I'll do that once it feels safe to do so, which should be after this. There you go. Knocked him down. Try to get in position for the face, without messing up BLK too much, hopefully. Whoops. Can I shield in time? Just barely. As much as I wasn't excited to use the Ugnaughtor gun lance, I am happy to be using a fire gun lance, so there you go. Gun lance is always a good choice when fighting a monster who is weak to fire, because gun lance shells do have a tiny amount of fire damage. Maybe even a little bit, as opposed to a tiny amount. Something that might actually make a noticeable difference to the speed at which one kills the monster. Versus something that's not weak to fire. I don't know. Would it make sense to me? Can't really see what I'm doing, but I know instinctively what I'm doing, but not being able to see it is perturbing. I do not know how BLK survived that, unless he was hit once and then had an invulnerability period which prevented him from being hit a second time. That's definitely possible. I didn't really see. All I saw was BLK rolling through the actual body of the monster and successfully avoiding damage. Which really should have been impossible unless he had a considerable window of invulnerability. And BLK is the target again. I assume that was on target? I hope it was on target. If it wasn't, then... You know what, it ends up being a waste of sharpness as well. It's not just a waste of time, it's a waste of sharpness, because you do eat at your sharpness when you shell a monster. Oh, come on. Actually went from the side of my shield there. It's a bit risky to do this instead of healing, but fine. Again, you die in Monster Hunter when you take risks, usually. Provided you're not a risky person, you shouldn't have to worry about dying. There are two situations in which you'll die in Monster Hunter, usually. Low defense, therefore you're taking ridiculous damage. And the second would be taking risks. If you have good defense and you're not a risky player, you shouldn't die. But as they say, sometimes you have to risk it for the biscuit. Maybe I don't get the biscuit all that often. I don't know. That's not something for me to evaluate. The beholder must make that determination. That is definitely not on target. I do need to get another Wyvern Fire out, that's for sure. Ah, very good. Very clean chest break. That was either the chest break or the arm break, one of the two. Seemed to be the chest. Thank you for dropping on me like that. I seem to have some sort of resistance to Snowblind. I don't know what that's about. Do I have... Oh, I have a positive 8 ice res, so maybe that's what's causing me to resist it. But as I understand, Snowman and ice res are not connected. Ice res should only affect my ability to resist Ice Blight. Oh, it's Snow Mud negated, courtesy of BLK. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, come on. I was shielding, and I do have guard boost. What the f... Whatever. No, that's gonna hit me. As painful as it is, at least I survived. Look at those beautiful colours. Look at that. Fucking hell. That needs to stop. Just these giant ice blocks perfectly falling where I happen to be standing. I almost feel bad for you, Carlos. How about we do some event quests? Well, I'll do one, just to finish up. Maybe Giant Nibblesnarf. If I can work out which one it is. Which I think I can. It's just going to be a single Nibblesnarf in the desert. In the list of Japanese event quests. So... yeah, it's good actually, because the Giant Nibblesnarf in 3 Ultimate ended up being an arena quest, which was funny because he barely fit in the fucking arena. But I'd rather fight these giant monsters in their locale. Or in their typical locale. Can't fucking type right now. I don't know if BLK is going to want to do Giant Nibble, but I do, so... deal with it. Or don't play, I guess, would be the other option available. How are we going for general prog? Oh, Xeno is here. A person I've played with on camera a number of times before. I will change to something appropriate for this monster. Which will probably be... Spread Ice Bow, whatever that ends up being. What on earth would that be? Ukanlos Bow? I don't know. I think it is, isn't it? Let's have a look. Not in this game, apparently. Maybe in some other fucking game. Unless... aha. There it is. Spread level 4. There we go. No, I just had a feeling. Okay. Something was said in the chat that I probably shouldn't repeat. I wouldn't care about showing it on camera, but... yeah, let's go to event quests. High rank. That thing where it says it will not work on outdated PSP firmware is like... not really in any way consequential for my emulation here. Single nibble snuff, MGS, Metal Gear Solid. Alrighty. Let's do it. Oh. Apparently Bing Chilling is going to watch the live stream. But yes, the room is full. This is going to be my first time in a while actually doing Giant Nibble Snuff in this particular game. Although having thought about it, I haven't done Giant Nibble Snuff in 3 Ultimate in a while either. It's just one of those quests that's nice to show. Because it's just an unreasonably large Nibble Snuff. Or Hapudaboka. See, I don't know if it's Hapudaboka or Hapudaboka, because I keep forgetting the way it's written, but anyway. A safe pronunciation would be Hapudaboka. Because it doesn't assume an extended pronunciation for any character. And I don't even know if calling it an extended pronunciation is even in any way descriptive, or accurately descriptive, or correct. So, yeah, I just hope that it communicates what I'm trying to say. Now, one thing that is broken about this bow is that it actually shoots power coatings. Let's stop saying this. It shoots power-coated arrows. Thank you, Doomlink. So, it shoots that on top of 285 fucking raw damage. It doesn't have much in the way of ice elements, so it really is more of a raw bow than anything else, but yeah, it's pretty damn strong. And fortunately, because I do have Critical Eye Plus 2, I'm only having to deal with negative 10% affinity. What is this supposed to mean? No. One slot available if anyone wants to join. No. And I asked that question like 15 minutes ago. So, like, what are you going on about? Anyway. Let's head on off. And hunt ourselves a giant sand-dwelling creature. I don't know what the event item is. Obviously something relating to Metal Gear Solid. Again, I don't have all of the event stuff in this game. Quite far from it. You can get an idea of the size of it. Oh, that's funny. I didn't know they did that. They actually went to the trouble of adding the... I don't even know what that is. I guess it's a ghostly imprint of a... Oh god. Hello. Oh, it's not you, it's just the question mark was so fucking huge that I thought it was right there, but actually it was all the way over here. Oh dear. There you go. Good day. This is so unreasonable. There's no evading this. Evade extender wouldn't be enough to evade this shit. Holy god. You can hear that it's playing Metal Gear Solid music as well. It is also one of several. Oh. I think it might be... Oh god, he covers so much ground so quickly, holy shit. I've put down a bomb, just in case he wants to eat one, but I don't think that bomb's gonna feed him too much. 2 bombs, jeez. I don't know what happened there, I'm assuming it was a Delex on someone's screen. Detonating it. As long as it detonates the bombs on someone's screen, it will detonate for everyone. Oh no. Look at the fucking size of that. Dear God. The music's very epic. Appropriately epic for this fight. I remember doing one of the Metal Gear Solid event quests, and it was like a fucking glacial Agnactor and some other monster, and I was thinking, this music is far too epic for this confrontation. But no, this is quite appropriate. Holy shit. Can I get it out in time? Sure can. Did he eat it? He didn't eat it. You fucker. Xeno really wants to line up with that bomb, apparently. I don't think it's worth it. Someone else can drop a bomb, I don't know. What you can do is throw a sonic bomb on that bomb while he's under the ground. Is BLK gonna do it? No. It was pretty close to him eating the bomb, though. Did he eat it? I think he ate it. He sure did. Don't know who wants to fish him out. I'm gonna fucking fish him out, you better believe it. Let's go. Fish out a giant fucking nibble snuff. Look at this. It's too big for the camera. Look at him. This is a whole lot more fun than finding him in the arena in 3 Ultimate. Damage should be pretty high. I've got 307 true raw. That's literally G rank damage in a high rank game. You don't have to worry about a lack of sharpness multiplier either. And I don't really have much in the way of negative affinity either. I'll have to get your nose tip. I'm not sure how much health this guy has either. I don't know if it's the same as a regular Nibblesnarf or if he's been given more, but it would be pretty weird if he had the same health. He can barely fit through there. You're gonna have to... gonna have to go another way. Bloody hell. Just slowly slides out of the sand. Now that is a fishing opportunity. I'm assuming that while he is exhausted, he'll be on his back for longer. Seems like it, yeah. Definitely. Oh god. Look at him. You are too big for your own good, you know that. Seemingly same health. Oh god. We can get a look at that anyway. I really did think he might have more health, but doesn't appear to be the case. Unless a regular Nibblesnarf would have died a whole lot faster. Which is possible. This guy is in full Ukanlos regalia. And he's so embarrassed and shy that he's gone returned to camp. Maybe he realized I was inspecting his gear. It actually looks good. Like, full Ukanlos, I think, looks good. But when you use it as a... like, let's say you've got just the chest piece that you're using in a mixed set, it's so damn ugly. Because it's so much bigger than everything else that you're wearing that it just looks comical. What's the ticket? Big Boss title. This is my second that I've acquired. At least on this particular profile. That will probably conclude things. It's a good note to end on. I will probably do another recording today. I don't know exactly when, and I don't know in what game. I hope it will be in Freedom 1, but that will depend upon who's playing that game. For the moment, I will bid you all farewell, and I do thank you all for watching. Bye bye.